First Star Wars action figure I got was a birthday gift. We ripped open the packaging, and then later that same day, I took the packaging and taped it back together. I might have known something back then about future collectability of the action figures.
He started collecting them and then keeping many in the packaging. And those packages he kept in his closet. And our mother was like, well, what are all these boxes in the closet for?
I remember my friends having G.I. Joes or other Star Wars figures and blowing them up and ruining them and taking them outside and putting them in the dirt. And I never did that with my collection. I didn't keep everything in the packaging. What I did was kept the packaging and all the toys in sort of pristine condition. When I first saw Star Wars, the story was amazing and I loved it. But what connected me to the story were the toys. The toys allowed me to recreate the story over and over again.
I want to say it was 1994. Some of my buddies showed me a kind of original version of the browser, and I was just blown away by it. It was like, it's incredible what you can do on the internet.
That really sparked our idea, saying, what if we created this new thing called a website?
And with that in mind, we kind of knew at that point, wow, we have to do a business on the internet. The inspiration for the company was actually really a lot of Jason. In '95, we knew that Hasbro was making a whole new line of these Star Wars action figures. He knew that he was going to collect them, and I said, yeah, that sounds great. Let's start collecting them. Let's see what we can do. And we basically put together a buying group.
Placed our order, it was cash in advance, and we waited, and we waited, and we waited. And that first holiday season, which was going to be our big launch year in 1995, nothing arrived.
Of course, we found out at that point that Hasbro only sold to the biggest of the big companies.
The suppliers told us we could never make it, especially since we didn't even have a retail store. How can you even sell something when you don't have a store to sell it in? So the whole question of the business came into play, and we didn't know what we were going to do. It wasn't until a little while later that we were introduced to wholesale distributors, and we ended up buying our first group of Star Wars action figures from them. We ended up launching on April 1st, 1996, and that's when our retail website launched.
First month was crazy, where we had about $30,000 in orders on the internet in 1996, and we were just blown away and realized that, wow, maybe there is something here, and this thing would really kind of take off from there, and it did. At first, we just had kind of a list of an order form. So we put together a shopping cart, and that first shopping cart was just like, wow, I can go shopping on the web.
And here we are 20 years later, very different position, but we've been busy ever since.
We were one of the first on the web selling toys. We started selling toys and collectibles on the internet before Amazon did, before Target, before any other major company.
And we've realized our dreams in many personal milestones.
These are 3 3/4 inch droids. They were all from the original Star Wars movies, yet some of them never had names. And we were able to work with Hasbro and Lucasfilm to name these droids. So that was pretty amazing. That's a huge thing, to be a part of the Star Wars universe because we made action figures.
As a child, I pretended making my Star Wars figures into different Kiss characters and cutting out cardboard and making them into guitars and things. And the one thing that was never made was 3 3/4 inch Kiss action figures, which we just started manufacturing. San Diego Comic-Con has been around for 40 plus years. We went as just attendees in 1996 to check it out. The following year was our first year exhibiting. That show was a traditional comic book show, and what we decided to do was bring a toy element to the convention. We actually exhibited before Hasbro or Mattel or any of the major retailers, and what we decided to do is give back to our clients. So at Comic-Con, we sell exclusive merchandise at regular standard prices, and if we can, we get a celebrity to sign that merchandise at no cost. This past summer at San Diego Comic-Con in 2015, Kiss came to our booth and signed autograph for our fans.
We were making products that Jason and I had always thought of when we were younger, and that just didn't exist.
Just the milestone of creating a business out of nothing to where we are today to employ over 125 people. It's been very important to create a great work environment, because how can you have a toy business and not have fun? And those kinds of things make me proud every day. I'm just thrilled that other people have shared the dream that I've had and contribute